Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice. Roll it, Tony.
I want Angel Taser.
Oh, you and every other cop in the city's asking that shit, B. I don't know shit, B.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
I'm on sabbatical. I didn't kill no one. That's not my thing.
Then why'd you have a shank in your backpack?
Protection?
Councilman Jenkins was murdered. We know it was you. We got witnesses.
I swear to God, I didn't do it.
You know, like Dark Carnival, they drink fluorescent sodas and whatnot.
Okay, instead, you chose to run Pop's bar.
I didn't want the bar, bro. I've been working there since I was 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest today has established himself over the years as a prominent voice of Puerto Rico diaspora and has graced acclaimed theater stages such as the Public Theater and the Pre-Gunners, PRTT. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to see and hear a very talented young man. So, without further ado, please welcome Flaco Navaja. Greetings.
Hello, hello.
I was watching while you were watching that video, and you were saying, "Oh no, was that me up there?" That's what they were playing. You'll see it when we send at the end of the show. We'll send you a copy, and you'll see what it looks like.
Awesome, brother.
Yes. Welcome to The Actor's Choice, my friend. You've got the rhythm, talent, but please tell us where you're from.
Thank you. My name is Flaco Navaja, and I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York City.
Did you mean that picture right there, the Bronx?
The Bronx, exactly.
You see that the Yankee Stadium, and to the right of it, that's a track. It's been there for God knows how many years.
I know that track very well.
Same here. We used to run around all the time.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, my father's a marathoner, and he would train there sometimes.
Okay. All right. That does it good. That does it very good. We had a lot of fun in those days. But so, here's a question. I always ask this question. This is my first question. I always asked it. What is it that made you get into broadcasting and to be an actor? What made you do that?
What's interesting is that I started my career as a spoken word artist. I think my initial impetus was trying to entertain my 4 other siblings. I'm the youngest of 5, so I needed something to stake my claim and my space in the family. So originally being an entertainer or having that kind of entertaining spirit came from trying to entertain my family.
You came from the Bronx. What
Yes,
high school did you go through?
I went to a high school called Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics in East Harlem in Manhattan, originally called Benjamin Franklin.
Franklin, yes.
Yeah.
Because I went to aviation high school, and I remember all those good days.
Yes, sir.
In fact, your publicist, that's where she was born at. It was in Queens.
In Queens, New York? Oh, nice.
I love all the time. Every time I see her, I said, look at that lady, a product of Queens.
Yeah.
Get no better than that. So you decided to do this bit of being an actor, but you had to get some education and training. How did you do that?
I got my training on the job.
Uh-huh.
I started my career doing spoken word poetry. And I took to that very early at like 18 or so. And then that kind of led to the theater. One day I was at a poetry event, and a dude came up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm a part of this theater company, and we're holding auditions tomorrow. You should come." And I said, "All right, cool." So I went, and that was my first theater experience, which was a musical theater show that was put out. It was a street theater company. So we did theater all over city parks in New York City, every borough. We even did the Coney Island Boardwalk. It was like an intensive also for me as a young performer, because part of the entire process of creating the show, there was like a crash course on different things of theater, like clowning, commedia dell'arte, puppet stuff, and social social issues we were taught about. So that was a great initial training for me. And then I was hooked. Like that just kind of opened this new world to me. And I was like, oh, wow. I couldn't turn back.
One of the bones that I have to pick with actors and actresses is that a lot of them come here to LA. They want to be a star. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They want it, but they do television, they'll do film, but they won't get up on that stage.
Yeah, man, it's another beast. I started there, and I'm at my most comfort is there. It's my happy place is to be on stage, whether it's performing in the theater or in a salsa club with a salsa band. I just kind of lived a lot of my adult life on stage, and for better or worse, it is a very comfortable place for me.
So the truth is real. There is no take two when you're up on that stage. Is that correct?
Exactly. And that's the beauty of live theater. It's such a visceral experience and exchange between a performer and an audience. Everyone is having this communal experience and they're experiencing whatever story is being told. And that's the beauty of theater, in my opinion.
You, in research, I happened to run across a statement that you made. I'd like to share it with you. You said, you made a statement that I clapped. I am the son of hardcore Puerto Rican nationalists, a salsa singing fella of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Yeah. That's who I am.
Wow.
That's an excerpt of a poem of mine. My parents are, I come from a family of super proud Puerto Ricans that believe in the independence of the island as its sovereign nation that it should be. And I am a follower of Jesus Christ.
Can I say two words? Amen. Amen. You started in the business. The first IMDb that you got was a drama film called On the Outs. This was in the year 2004.
Yeah. Yeah. On the Outs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Jimmy.
He was a crackhead with a heart of gold. And that was a very cool experience. It was an experience that, for it to be my first film, it was, for me personally, the perfect first film because it was an extremely collaborative effort.
Yes.
Sometimes when you get cast in roles, it doesn't feel as a collaboration. It's more like, do what you're told kind of situation. Where here, the script itself was developed over the course of some months, where we were doing a lot of improvisations and guided improvisations based off of a framework that was already thought of, but we were able to create these characters from the ground up. So it was a perfect kind of transition of doing like theater acting into film because of the backstory work that I was afforded.
One of the things that I enjoy when working with you is the fact that I found a video. Tony, can you run that video, please? I'm getting real quiet.
No has podido dormir muy bien, te levantas, caminas y pisas uno de los charcos de orine que el nuevo perro ha dejado por toda la casa. Maldiciendo entras al baño, brincando en una sola pierna, enciendes la luz. This is a particular song by Ruben Blades, right? It's like a short story that he wrote. Like it was prose that he converted into some music. For me, it's the perfect vocal warm-up because it forces me to articulate all these words.
Folks, I tell you, the gentleman had talent. He had talent. That was a thing called opening singing and dancing back in 2013. That was
cool.
That was beautiful. We moved around a little bit, Bill. One of the shows that you worked on was one of my favorites, Blue Bloods.
Yeah, that was fun. Blue Bloods has developed into one of those shows that New York actors kind of have to go through. You can't call yourself a New York actor if you ain't do an episode of Blue Bloods. Previously, it was Law and Order franchise.
Yes.
And it still is in a lot of ways. But Blue Bloods is one of those cool shows that, for me, any given time I watch that show, I'm going to see someone I know.
Yes.
Or or it's gonna be one of those roles I went in for and I didn't get. You know what I mean? Oh, that's who got it. Oh, that was good. You know. But Blue Bloods is a cool show. Working with Johnny Wahlberg was fun. It was a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? It was a great set and fun time.
Your last IMDb job was Alma's Way?
Yeah, Alma's Way is a animated series on PBS Kids that was created by Sonia Manzano. Sonia Manzano was Maria on Sesame Street. And she created this animated series about a Puerto Rican little girl in the South Bronx. And it celebrates Puerto Rican culture. It's also every episode is about like problem solving and ways to problem solve, and it's super really well put together. So the person that wrote the theme song happened to be Lin-Manuel Miranda, who called me to sing the theme song, the opening theme. And it's because they wanted an authentic Bronx voice. And when Sonia hollered at him to write the lyrics, they both said, well, we need someone who, an authentic Bronx voice to sing the song. And they both thought of me, which was a beautiful honor, of course. And then I get a separate call from the casting department to do a role in the show in one of the episodes as a pop star from the Bronx called Sonny Soto. So I got to like sing and act in that animated series, which is it's a beautiful thing. As an actor and growing up as a New Yorker and a Puerto Rican kid growing up and watching Sesame Street, Sonia Manzano was our aunt. She was our titi. So to have been approached by her to do such a historic animated series is a complete honor, and I couldn't say no to that.
Yeah. I can hear the accent in your voice. Again, folks, if you've never been to New York City, there's 5 boroughs: New York, Bronx, they're all of Staten Island, they're all over the place. And each area has its own way of living, the food, the everything that they do. It's a beautiful place to be, is New York City. I was blessed to be born in New York City, Harlem to be more specific, but had a great time. Okay, you came here for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. I got to put a broadcaster voice on there. Ladies and gentlemen, a young man is here today to talk about evolution of a sonero. Did I say that right?
Good job.
Evolution of a sonero. What is sonero?
So a sonero is a salsa singer that is well-versed in improvisation. It's someone that interprets songs and is able to also add his or her own flavor through improvisation. So the structure of a salsa song, as compared to a ballad is all kind of verse, bridge. It's one person. One of the things that about Caribbean music, salsa in particular, and it comes from the African root, is there is call and response. So the sonero is able to fill in these small verses in between these choruses, and a lot of times they are improvised.
When you say salsa, define salsa music, please.
Salsa music, to me, is a form of music born out of the Bronx, New York City, by Puerto Rican musicians that took elements from Cuban song, traditional Puerto Rican music like bomba y plena, música jíbara, and R&B and other influences that they were hearing from coming to New York and the Bronx, and they put this all together. There's been a lot of speculation in terms of who penned the name salsa, or where the etymology of it comes from, whether it's like all this stuff was put into a sauce and now this is what we got. But salsa is the genre of music that it has developed into the soundtrack of my life. And yeah, so I grew up listening to this music, and now I am honored to be a practitioner of this music as well.
When was the last time your feet stepped on the Bronx? Last time.
Last time was a couple of months ago. I had a gig. I got a gig to be a master of ceremonies of a cool event in a venue in Manhattan. But every time I get called to do a job in New York, I make sure to also call my people that have venues in the Bronx and other places to try to kind of like make mini tours of it and just do like some salsa gigs with my shows. And one of them is a spot called Barrio BX in the Bronx. And my brother Tony Martinez is the owner of that venue. And we go back some years, and it's a beautiful space. And it's my favorite, one of my favorite places to sing and to eat and hang out.
Can't leave that out.
Yeah.
We just happen to have a clip of Evolution of a Sonado.
Oh, nice.
Yes, indeed. We are in Humboldt Park checking out Evolution of a Sonero. It is part of the Latin American Theater Festival going on right now. And it is one of the highlights because it's going to make you cry. It's going to make you get on your feet and dance. And Flaco Navaja is going to make you listen.
Summertime in the Bronx. No shade provided by palm trees in my town. Projects block the sun as the summer burns louder and brighter than a tenement burning on 149th Street. Times is hard on Southern Boulevard, and everywhere you go you hear the sounds of the summer. Kids playing, boom boxes blasting.
Brother, you had the rhythm, you had the hat, you had the sign on the back of your shirt that you had, or jacket you had on. You were great.
Yeah. So that was a clip of a new or early morning news show that came to us to help us promote our Chicago run of Evolution of a Sonero. So Evolution of a Sonero is my first full-length play. It's a solo show with a band.
Right.
It's a love letter to the Bronx, a love letter to salsa, and navigating an artistic life. And so we had a very successful run in Chicago this past October, and we ended up winning an award, the Jeff Awards, which is a prestigious theater award in Chicago. And I got best solo performance, and my musical director and piano player was nominated for his work as musical director as well. And so that clip was a morning show. A funny story about that is that it was early for me as a singer, and after a couple of weeks of running this show, it's very demanding physically and vocally, because I'm singing, I'm doing monologues, I'm doing poetry, all of the above, right? And so my voice I had to like put down every song a couple of octaves. It sounded like it was a tough job that morning, but it was great to be able to do that show in Chicago and to bring that Chicago version of the show here to LA at the Los Angeles Theater Center, the Latino Theater Company. So I'm super excited about bringing it here to downtown LA.
Okay, so you wrote this, you star in it, you do it. This is your baby.
This is my baby. Yes, I wrote it, and it's directed by an amazing director by the name of Miranda Gonzalez from Chicago, one of the artistic directors of the Urban Theater Company.
Yes.
And she directed it in Chicago, and we're bringing that here to LA. So yeah, I wrote the show, some of the music, I wrote some of the songs, and I conceived the idea. It's the story of my life.
Have you taken this play to Puerto Rico?
No, but that is on the horizon, I'm sure. And I have some people kind of already talking about it, but that's a dream. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a dream. And it will. I know it will. And it's going to be received extremely well, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And just like I said, a dream come true. I've had the opportunity of performing in Puerto Rico in very different capacities.
Yes.
As a singer, I've done theater in Puerto Rico many years ago, which was a dream.
Yes.
And my last time being in Puerto Rico was very recently. I was commissioned to write a spoken word piece in commemoration of Roberto Clemente's 50th anniversary of his 3,000th hit. So we just had the 50th anniversary of his 3,000th hit, and there was a huge celebration all over the island. And I was approached by some people to create this spoken word piece, which we ended up filming on the island. And it was shown in all these sports centers all over the island, as well as this huge celebration that happened in San Juan as part of the whole 50th anniversary of this event.
So in other words, there is no limit to what you're going to do with this play.
No, this play, I mean, you know, it's a I think a good piece of art, to say the least.
Gonna make a movie out of it?
That'd be amazing. I'm open to it all.
So they get rid
we just need someone to step up with the money for that.
Indeed, and get rid of this thing that's going on right now.
Yeah, man. That's it's another time we're living in.
Got a couple of photos. Want to have you take a look at, sir? Can you show us? Look at that man, handsome, suave and debonair.
Yeah, that's a still from our show in Chicago, Evolution of a Sonero. That photo was taken by a very talented photographer by the name of Victoria Sanders.
Yes. And the next one, sir?
Yeah. That's a lot of fun. It's a fun show. There's something for it in everyone. And I know that kind of sounds cliche, but it's the truth. We've had the opportunity to share this show in various places. And it's been a cool experience to see different demographics and what they get from it, or just their reactions to the entire thing. Like, we went to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and college town, largely Caucasian audience, but they got a kick out of it, because on one end, it's very educational in some ways, because I'm breaking down salsa to people, a genre. I'm breaking down the structure of a salsa song. So those type of things, people are like, oh, wow. Even people that like the music are like, oh, I never looked at it in that way, or I learned something new. And then there's the nostalgia of neighborhood life, the nostalgia of a genre of music that has a large history. So there's something for everyone.
As you look back from those days at Benjamin High School that you went through, look at you now. But it's come a long way. Wow. Yeah.
I had an English teacher that I should have failed her class because I was cutting a lot of class. And I remember her telling me, I'm going to pass you just so that you can see in the real world, you ain't going to get over like that. And then years later, I get invited to my high school for like career day. And I remember going up to her and I'm like, I'm a poet now, and I travel all over the world as a poet. I didn't tell her I was broke, but I did say that was my profession. So thank you for passing me so I didn't have to go to summer school.
Right. Because you can always go do some IMDb work. Always do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call it STD, something to do. That's what it is. Indeed. The role. Okay, we got one more section. Ready? Would you do that for us? Roll that for us, Tony.
So you hear the sounds of the summer. Kids playing, boom boxes blasting. A mother scolds her son. Yo no te dije que yo no te quiero comiendo en casa ajena. Mommy, who's henna? Meanwhile, on Webster Avenue, a Doña's elbows are being forever imprinted into the pillow that rests on her windowsill. She overlooks the hood like the gargoyles of old churches. Mire!
That's beautiful. That is nice. This is something
Based
that
off of what I saw,
I
think I know I was talking about different things in the Bronx and different.
Got you. this is something that the publicists have started working with us on, and that is bringing videos like this while we're doing this kind of a show. And I love it. I think people really enjoy it for a chance for people to see you. You know, besides, still's good, but this is great. This is great.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, can you put the number 17 up? This is the credits for the video. All the people who made this possible. Besides you and all the good people in there, always good to give them credits. May 11th through May 11th through May 28th.
Absolutely, you can get your tickets at the LatinoTheaterCompany.org.
Okay.
And yeah, it's the theater is located on Spring Street, downtown LA, near 6th, between like 6th and
that place right there, that building right there.
Exactly. And yeah, it's a great time. Tell your friends, and if your enemies hate live music and salsa, send them over there too. Show them a good time.
Parking is easy to do.
Absolutely, there's parking right next door. I believe they do some sort of validation.
Yes, they do.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed. Any final things that you'd like to talk about? Evolution of a Sonado.
No, just I want to thank the Latino Theater Company for being such gracious hosts. I want to thank Urban Theater Company for believing in a New York transplant in Chicago, and helping to have my story get more light and grow some more legs. Yeah, I want to thank my beautiful lady Melissa Dupre for holding me down during difficult transitions.
My brother, thank you so much for stopping by today, folks. Did not tell you that this gentleman is a talented performance. Didn't I say it up front? Sir, please keep up that career. You can only go one way, and that's up.
Thank you, brother. It was such a pleasure to speak to you, man, and I thank you for having me on your show.
My pleasure. And please don't let us forget that marvelous publicist who makes sure, Lucy Pollock.
Lucy.
Come on, Lucy. Something else. Ladies and gentlemen, Flaco Navaja. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it, Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know that we're asking the Actors Choice Squad to help us get former baseball player Curt Flood into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, Curt, who passed away January 20th, 1997, was the husband of one of our wonderful guests, renowned actress Judy Pace. So all you got to do is go to contact our office, 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. Okay? We sincerely thank each and every one of you for being a part of this magnificent award for a great baseball player. Roll it, Tony. Now, the Black Association of Documentary Filmmakers West, also known as Bad West, proudly presents its signature event, Day of Black Docs. It's a celebration of documentaries which highlights the Black experience and spotlights its filmmakers from all around the world. This year, the 16th annual Day of Black Docs will be held in person on Saturday, May 13th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the American Film Industry, 2021 North Western Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90027. That's Saturday, May 13th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the American Film Institute, 2021 Northwestern Avenue, Los Angeles, California. Parking is free at AFI. Tickets are $25 for the whole day event. For more information, call 818-646-8394. That's 818-646-8394. Or you can visit www.dayofblackdocs.org. We want to thank you. Roll it, Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, for more information about the TAC Roll Code channel, please call us at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. Okay? Okay. Roll it, Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, that's some beautiful music that you just heard. After 20 years and 10 chart-topping CDs, my next guest today has finally put together a best of CD collection. Now, that includes his latest single, I'll Be the One. Now, this past March 15th, this gentleman did something that was beautiful. He released a 12-song Best of John Carey CD. He says that project was a dedication to all the musicians who died in 2022. Courageous thing to do. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome recording artist, composer, John Carey. John Carey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
Welcome back to the Actor's Choice.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's always good to be back in your company right there, man.
Thank you, sir. Last time we had you here, we definitely enjoyed your music. Before we get in, please tell us where you were born.
I'm born in Chicago, Illinois, South Side.
Oh, look at that picture. Yes. I love that. That's beautiful. People just congregate around that little statue right there.
Oh man. It sometimes it gets so crowded. Where did all these people come from? You know, everybody seems to migrate to Chicago from the South. They come up.
You figure you got Chicago about midway in the country. You got the East Coast. You got the West Coast.
Yes.
Where are you hanging out these days?
Well, now I am in Atlanta, Georgia, and having a good time, having myself a good time.
All right. Question number one: what made you want to be a musician?
Ooh, I just my mom was a singer. My mom was a background singer for Little Esther. I think that was her name. I'm trying to remember that. And my dad was like, no, you can't be the mother of my kids and be out there singing on that stage too. So she stopped it in the middle of trying to get herself famous or whatever. And so she decided, let's do the home life. So that's where we're at. You know, it's like, okay. But for me, it's like I start seeing people in my family start performing, and I was like, okay, I want to do that. I want to perform like that. So, yeah.
Mother's Day is coming up on us real quick.
It definitely is. Definitely.
Yes. As I always tell people, you get 1,000 fathers, but you only get one mother.
Get one mom, that's it. And you keep that to your heart, you know.
Amen. What instruments did you play in high school, sir?
Oh, in high school, I was the guitarist in the high school jazz band. Okay. I wanted to learn a lot of other different instruments, but every time I asked my mom, she's like, we can't afford them. We cannot afford it. Those instruments cost a lot of money, you know. So I didn't pick up other instruments until I got out of school. Once I got out of school, I started learning how to play the bass, and I played keys, which is keys here. And so I always wanted to learn how to play the saxophone, but you know, I was a preemie baby, so that would have been too much air going out, and I need all the air I can get. So I was like, no, I can't do that. But yeah.
But look what happened. Look what you got on so far.
I know.
Started over here, now you're over here.
Yeah. I've been blessed. I cannot complain. Been very, very, very blessed with just people in general liking and loving what I do, and understanding that, you know, it takes both of us. As a musician, it takes me as the musician, but it takes you as the person that's listening, you know, because without that, we don't play. We don't get that feeling.
That's right. And you travel all over the world. You're going here, you're going there.
Yes.
You say you and all musicians have to be dedicated to what they're doing.
You have to be. You definitely have to be, because if you're not, you lose. You lose, because anytime you think you got time off, you really don't have time off, because like now these guitars over here, you know, today, probably like I rehearsed last night for my show. I have a show May the 21st, and that's the largest show. I'm at St. James Live, and that's the premier club. And everybody that comes to Atlanta, this is the place they want to be. And they normally don't get here. Even the people that live here, the bands that live here, they looking at me like, how in the world did you get that gig? You know, it's like, God, it wasn't me. I saw a friend of mine that was booking the gig, and I contacted her. I said, look, hey, I'm available. I am in town. You know, I'm a recording artist. She says, oh, well, let me connect you. And so she did. And within 30 minutes, Cynthia was signing the contract. I was like, we was rolling, but it's bands here. This place is the place everybody wants to play. I saw Lee Ritenour there. They have so many different people that come into town. So yeah, truly blessed.
For sure. It's who you know.
Yeah. And who you treat right.
Right.
Who you treat right. Because, you know, this music business, it could be kind of, you know. Okay. You know.
You have Motown, you have Atlanta, you have this, that's it. What, describe the Atlanta life like? What's there in that city?
I think for me, I'm more of a person that don't go out unless I'm asked to go out, or I'm performing, or I'm, you know, I used to at one time like to watch other bands, but now I'm at that stage of my life that I don't want to really watch other bands play because I don't want to grab some of your concept of what you're doing. So I like to try to stay as original as possible. So the bands that I have seen that I've been on shows with, they're your regular top 40 bands, you know, and that the lifestyle of the people. There's so many restaurants. There's 1 million restaurants here. Oh my gosh. It's just food. So when they said, watch out from Southern food, they really, really meant it. It's Southern food. It's all over the place here.
Have you met Tyler Perry?
I have not met Tyler Perry. We drove past his compound because that is not a studio. I don't know what that's a town. That's a whole city he got out there, you know. But no, I have not. And I really, really would. I really would like to, you know. So we're going to try to reach out to different people to let them know about this big show. So
another current event was, as you know, the gentleman was about Marvin Gaye's song. And
yes.
What's your thoughts on these kind of things that happen?
My thought is that as a songwriter, first of all, there's only 12 notes in the musical spectrum. So somewhere along the line, you're going to land on something that somebody else has already landed on. Now, I believe as a true musician, God gives you a melody, you know, in your psyche. He gives you this melody, says, okay, I need you to write this. Okay, for me, this is what happens with me. Now, this young man, I'm sure he said he was influenced by, you know, and you could be like, I'm influenced by George Benson and Jimi Hendrix and all those guys. Okay. But when I write, I try to write John Carey. Okay. And if it comes out at any point in time that it sounds like George Benson, well, I would be the first to know. So I'm sure when this young man, when he put his song together, I'm sure he and his engineers and everyone was the first to know that song sounds just like Marvin Gaye's song. You can't, but copyright is so weird now. You can't copyright what they say, you can't copyright a drum beat, or if it's this little X, Y, and Z thing that's in it, you can't copyright that. So you don't own that. Right. But what you do own is the melody that goes with that song. Now, I listened to his song. I think the judges was right, because I listened to his song and I listened to Let's Get It On, and the melodies are different. The chord structure is the same. They use the same four chord structure, you know, but the melody is different. You know, there's no way he sung "Let's Get It On," but if you take out his vocals and just leave the music, then you can sing "Let's Get It On" in his music structure. So yeah, it's going to get a little. It's for right now. I just read this thing that they're doing with AI.
Yes,
AI is about to do music right now by itself. So it's like you just put in and say, "I want my song to sound like this." Oh, and there you go. There you go.
AI, it's coming. It's here.
It's here.
Got a photo. John Carey walking through the fire.
Yes, that is the new one. Oh my God. And I'm working on it. I've got 3 songs done and probably 8 to go.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to be, I had set a date for September, but my birthday is October. So I was like, well, you know what? My birthday is more important than that. So we put it out on my birthday, and just to show what I mean by walking through fire. Walking through fire for me was the cancer and overcoming certain health things. And it's not just me, it's other people too. Whenever you overcome something, you walk through that. You know, so that's what I meant by that, walking through fire.
I'm a double prostate cancer survivor.
Yes, man. Amen. Amen on that one.
Don't understand the number 1 killer of African American men is prostate cancer.
Yeah.
I see the doctor. There's corrective medicine and preventive.
I don't understand. I mean, and I wasn't a doctor person either. Right. But at one time it was like, okay, you got to go, because you can't doctor yourself. You cannot take care of yourself. Not in that way. You know.
A lot of brothers get hung up on, I don't like nobody putting their finger in my behind. Here's what I tell them, brother, I'd rather have somebody be in my behind than somebody throwing dirt in my face. On you.
You are so right. You are so right. Because at least you get to come back up from that.
Come on.
When the dirt hits you, that's it. You're done. I ain't never met nobody come back.
That's it. Now you see why we invited this gentleman back again, ladies and gentlemen. Speak. Got a video for you, sir. It's called "I'll Be the One."
All righty.
Look at there.
Yeah, it's the one. Actually, it's on the chart. I think it's number 5 on the charts this week.
Beautiful. Yeah, moving up.
We moving on along.
All right. What is it about music that makes you feel real passionate?
Wow. I think music is probably the only thing that you can feel. Like, there's tangible things that you can feel and you can touch.
Yes,
but music is something that you can feel without touching it, without grabbing hold to it. You know, it's food, you know, for musicians like myself, even listeners. You know, their day don't start without music. Their day don't end without music, you know. So I think it's that thing. I think it's that thing that you just you gravitate to, and you just automatically it changes everything. Music changes. It changes the world we're in now. Politics. It changed the politics. It changed the war. It changed. I remember watching videos on the Vietnam War. It changed that war. You know, people like Jimi Hendrix and Dylan and all those people. Majority of their material back in those days, back in the early 70s or late 60s, early 70s, that music they put out changed that war. That made Nixon to say, okay, we got to fix this. We got a problem, you know. And that's the part that I really did like about being a musician because you saw what it meant to so many people, you know.
Got a couple of records I'd like to have you look at. The Journey Home is one.
The Journey Home. Yeah, The Journey Home is that record. It had 6 #1 songs from it. 6. I only put 10 songs on there. So it's like, so 6 out of 10 was really, really good, you know. And I had a lot of my friends play saxophone. I had another brother that I know, Sam, played trumpet. I had brothers play keys. This was the thing where I wanted to bring in people that I knew, people that I met. So it was really, really nice CD. Really, really easy going, easy listening, you know, instrumental CD. My first instrumental CD, you know.
Got you. Chill Vibes. We played at the top.
Chill Vibes. Chill Vibes is that song that you clean. If you clean a house, that's fine. If you're cooking, that's fine. Whatever it is, you just chilling. You just, you know, you just doing your thing. You know, it's like, okay, today is my day. Sometimes you just gotta have that one day, you know, to just chill. Don't do nothing. You know, don't let nothing get in the way. It's like, oh, I want to read this. No, just chill. Just chill. So that's what I came up with, like Chill Vibes. That'll work.
That'll work. Yeah, you had another one. You're a handsome young man. You call this one That Smile.
That Smile. That was a big song. That was a big song. I had Billboard #1 artist Will Donato play on that song. And he was really, really, you know, he played his parts, you know, and the man, once people got hold to that one, they played that one so many times. I don't know.
Got you.
Yeah.
We got one clip that we can take you out with. Can you roll that, Tony? Well, Brother John,
yeah,
you've done it. You've done it again.
Oh, thank you so very much, Brother Ron. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Wow. I appreciate. Let me just say, I appreciate Cynthia Busby. Please, 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 if you ever want to reach out to Miss Cynthia Busby. She is the one. If she's on Facebook, she's on all the media formats. You know.
Because I was just about to say, please thank you, publicist Cynthia Busby, for making it happen by sending it up here.
Yes,
thank
indeed.
you so much, John.
Yes,
we'll bring you back again for sure.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Brother Ron. I very much appreciate it.
And happy Mother's Day.
Oh yes, yes. We only get one.
Right, you only get one. Yes. I want to thank our sponsors, Harvey Brandman, Photography is an Art, Ron Irwin's Lose Life, The Way to Lose Weight, Larry Buford's Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training School and Actor Space. Much thanks to our guest today, actor, composer Flaco Navaja, and recording artist, composer John Carey. And of course, special thanks to our ever-growing audience. Be well. We'll see you next time. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Mother's Day this coming Sunday, May 14th. Bless you. Take care.
Thank you.